Hey guys, Jader here. Anyway, I decided I wanted to do some Fallout videos. I played this game for quite a few years, and then just kind of got out of it. But with the new DLC coming and the way that the popularity of the game is now, I just figured I'd maybe do a video with a playthrough with throw in some tips and tricks here and there. And so anyway, let's get started. So anyway, I've already created my character, which I mean, if you play most survival games or about any game nowadays, you can create your own character. So I didn't figure I'd bore you with creating my character. Anyway, when you first wake up, a few things is you really can't pick up anything in the vault, which that's Fallout's all about, picking things up, but not in the vault. So what I generally do is I play the guitar. The reason being is when you play the guitar, you get increases to basically perks to your character for a limited amount of time. So, and there'll be more of these different perks that you can get along the way. But this should give us our well-tuned perk. So if you go back to this bed over here, you're already well-tuned. If you rest for a few minutes, a few seconds, whatever, it should give you another perk. And then you can read it there. It also gives you bonus effects and heals you slowly. And yeah, try not to lay on a mattress on the ground because you can get diseases that way. Also, they've changed some things when you exit the vault, which I'll show you here in a sec. So we'll get well rested. And then, but anyway, no, they've changed some things in here. You can now start at level 1 if you want the complete experience, or you can start at level 20 with some perk cards and some extra things going on. So you get weapons and armor, some other stuff. But anyway, so go get our pit boy out here. Yeah, if you come to the wall here, you'll get your pit boy. Open your pit boy. If you look at effects, you'll see now that we've got well rested, which is 5% extra XP that we get, and then well tuned gets 25 AP regen, which actually helps a lot if you jump a lot or something like that. Or even when you use your vats and weapons. So anyway, we'll run over here and start picking up some stuff that we need to pick up.
Such a huge responsibility.
And see that now? Follow the marker.
Just know that Vault-Tec is proud of you. I am proud of you.
Pick up some stuff along the way.
Another day, another opportunity to
I've been
leave
gone
Code
for several
76.
hours.
What do you say?
I've got my own mission out there in Appalachia.
Remember, sir, Radix to prevent radiation.
This is the Overseer, signing off.
You're building supplies.
Message repeats in 24 hours.
Party hat.
System
Camp module.
Is the key to survival and rebuilding.
I think now we just go to exit the vault. Oh, I guess we can.
Call them jobs. I like to think of them as perks.
Okay, so now we're going to exit the vault, and before we do, when we start to do that, it's going to pop up a menu for us. I think I'm going to go ahead and start at 1. I've completed the game before, but I will go through what the benefits are of starting at level 20. I mean, my recommendation, and this is just my 2 cents, and that's about what it's worth, is if you haven't played the game and you want to go through the whole game and get all the experience points and stuff by yourself, then start at level 1.
Goodbye.
If you completed the game and you just want to rerun it and you want to start at a point where you're not really struggling, then do the battle ready dweller. But the reason we laid down and took a nap in there before we left and played the guitar, as you see now, instead of coming out as a level 1, I'm coming out as a level 2. It's not much, but still, it's a little more than what we would have had. So, battle ready dweller to be nice if I could speak. Basically, as we go through it, the commando basically starts for automatic rifles, and I will go through these perks real quick. So you can see it's already starting to do the automatic rifle build. It comes with traveling pharmacy, which makes chems way less. Rejuvenated. It helps you when you're fully fed and fully hydrated. Lone Wanderer is a great card if you're gonna be playing the game by yourself. It gives you take 20% less damage and gain 30% AP regen, which is pretty helpful. First aid means that when you do your stim packs, you're going to get 45% more health given back to you. And then we'll go back over here. Action Boy is going to give us, it lets your action points regenerate 15% faster. Scrounger is going to let you get 40% chance to find extra ammo in ammo containers. Serendipity is going to be, you have a 45% less chance to, or 45% chance to avoid damage while below 30% health. Also, that's no power armor. So I'm not going to go through all these. Anyway, you'll get the gist when you go through them. Basically, this is pretty much set up for a automatic rifle build. Slugger, that's going to be your two-handed melee weapon. I can't remember which rifle they give you with this one. I think they actually give you... I didn't really like the rifle that they gave me with it. I can't remember which one it is. Oh, I do too remember. It's the basically the Tommy gun weapon. Slugger is going to give you basically setting you up for the two-handed melee build. It also, this one gives you a bladed baseball bat. Gunslinger, which I think is probably my particular favorite, because the pistol that they give you in this is really OP, and they give you quite a bit of ammunition. So you're getting pretty much the pistol build, and I think they're all pretty much the same, except for just the general perception of where they're going to build, of where your build is actually. Shotgunner, I didn't really care for this one. They give you, I believe, a pump shotgun, which is better, to me, in my opinion, better than the double barrel. And then basically it's the same as the rest of them. It's giving you all the perks to begin your shotgun build. And Specialist is basically, I think they give you 2 weapons in Specialist, if I remember correctly. They give you a 10mm pistol, and I can't remember exactly which rifle they give you. It may be the Tommy gun again or whatever. But again, they're just giving you, basically it's a VATS build, so they're trying to give you enough stuff for VATS, which is, it's not a bad idea. I mean, VATS is very, very important in this game. Okay, but I think we're going to start out with the Fresh Dweller, just because of the initial playthrough. So here we go. Let's see. So we're going to do... So yeah, we're going to do the Action Dweller part card first, just because of the AP. But like I said, this is your choice as to how you want to do this. I will go ahead and tell you this. It's really not that important. Later on in the game, once you reach level 50, you're going to have a really good chance to well, not really good chance. You're actually going to be able to rebuild your character however you want to build it. I usually come over here because she does have a pipe pistol. And some Rad-X. I don't really care much about the pre-war money, but let's go ahead and start getting us some stuff to go down. Okay, let's see. We want to go ahead and equip that. Okay. So my recommendation on this, just because it's really, really close, is
Got to be a way in there.
to talk to these people first.
A vault dweller? Hey there!
And these things are put here in case when you start out. There's some things that the game actually puts in here, but there's also things that other players will put in here for you. For when you get started, just to help you get started along the way. Usually we would put back in the day, we would actually put them on that body that we pulled this 10mm off of, or this pipe gun off of. But then later on, I guess Bethesda kind of got the idea that people were doing that, and then so they just started putting these things around. So let's get through this here pretty quick.
Whoa, whoa. Just a friend here, not a threat. Just had some questions for you. You came out of the vault, right? I thought it was empty. Wait, is the door still open?
No, the door is still
Damn
tight.
it. We got a tip from the Wayward. Heard of the place? New bar down the road. So this guy told us that...
After you gave him the last of our caps?
And he said that inside that vault is the... You know, that's where the big one is. Our last chance to turn our lousy luck around. You know, the thing that brought everyone back. The treasure.
There's treasure out here?
Well, yeah, there was this big broadcast, but shouldn't you know what was in there?
I told you, Lacey. The guy was scamming us.
But those were the last of our caps. No, someone has to know something. We're just gonna stick it out until we find it.
Wonderful.
Thanks for answering some questions for us, I suppose. Seems only fair I return the favor. Anything we can answer for you? They sent you out here without a weapon? Be a quick trip trying to do this unarmed. Here.
Got a machete, nice. Okay, and you can go through all this and listen to what all they've got to say, but I'm going to go ahead,
Watch
for
yourself out
sake of the video, I'm going to go ahead and take off. Okay, the first place I actually want to go, a lot of people will say go straight to the Wayward or go straight to the Overseer's camp. But I usually stop here to speak to Lane. It's not so much that I want to do the quest to speak to Lane that he asked me to do, but generally there's quite a bit of scrap in this place. So we're gonna go there first. Should be some more down here. Yep, there they are. I usually just pick up everything. I will tell you this, when you first start out here, if you have Fallout first, then you're going to be able to have unlimited scrap. That's the thing. I mean, it's unlimited scrap and you get an ammo box. So you can literally at your camp hold unlimited scrap. and unlimited ammo for the most part. So, you know, there's other ways that you don't have to have Fallout first to play the game. I mean, that's just the way it is. You do not. It's not imperative. If you do, you just have to play a little different and not just pick up everything. So we'll go over here and see what this guy's got real quick while we're on our way down. There's usually some stuff up here we can pick up. Yeah, there's some chems and a disease cure. That'll help. And you'll also notice that, and it didn't used to be this way, but now, in the last couple of updates, they've updated the fact that when you, whatever weapon that you are carrying at the moment, the drops that you pick up, like the ammo boxes and stuff like that, they're generally going to have the same type of ammo that you have in the weapon in your hand. So, anyway, we'll make our way down here. And go in here and I'll kind of show you what you can do down here. This has always been one of the main stops. Thought I stumped my toe. Take that. Dude, really? And also, when you get down here, you'll have a chance to scrap all your stuff, so you're not carrying wrenches. You actually turns it into metal or whatever else you're carrying. It breaks them down into a simpler form right there. But I generally come in here and go up here, and we found Gilman Lumber Mill. And if you're not playing, which I mean, I don't, a lot of people have different ideas about it, but if you, to me, if you're not playing on Fallout first, I usually bundle my scrap. They say now that it really doesn't save you any weight, but it just seems easier if you want to sell it or something like that. It's easier to sell it in a bundle because you can't sell just scrap. They want some bundled scrap. So. And in order to do that, you have to use plastic to bundle. So pick up, the plastic containers that you need. And now we can go over here, and I don't want to scrap that. Okay, I don't mind scrapping that. Scrap these machetes. And okay, on these hunting rifles, you can sell these for a few caps, but generally what I like to do is scrap them. You have a chance of unlocking, like on that one I unlocked compensator. You have a chance to unlock an upgrade for whatever weapon you scrap. And in here you'll find some stuff just to pick up, like loose gears there, that lead pipe. Stim pack. We don't care about the dirty water. More 10mm rounds. Waste acid. Loose gears. Aluminum. Another lead pipe. Loose gears. Anyway, you kind of get the gist. We'll take that purified water. Don't really care about all that steel scrap back there. We'll take the acid. More aluminum scrap. But anyway, you kind of understand. It's. I don't think I may have some bobby pins. I'm not going to try to unlock that. And sometimes when you walk out here, there's a set of power armor out here. Yeah, it's right there. So yeah. There's a T-45 with a fusion core. If you're going to do a power armor build, you can start collecting fusion cores here. Basically, in order to get the fusion core, you go into transfer, and you can pull the fusion core out. And if you notice, this is a level 10 armor, so in order to get into this armor, to step into it, you have to be a level 10. Which comes pretty quick. Okay, so usually the second place that I go is I head for the Wayward. I try to do that. You can always come back to these places, you know, like this house that we're going to see up here. There's usually some ghouls right here. And you'll have to kill a few enemies along the way to get to the Wayward. There's a ghoul right there. And I usually just check all these boxes. So that would be the Wayward right there. So we're gonna head over there. We're gonna go to the Overseer's camp because we're supposed to meet the Overseer at her camp. So when we get here, we're going to find the plan for small backpack. You're going to want to grab that because it increases your weight capacity that you can actually carry. And then it looks like she's throwing you some food and stuff like that in here. Remember, sleeping right here it doesn't always, but there is a percentage of a chance that you can catch a disease by resting on that sleeping bag. And this is your stash. I forgot to tell you also, at the lumber mill back there, you also have another stash box. All your stashes in this game are connected. So it doesn't matter if you're at another person's camp or you're at your own camp or you're at a Red Rocket station. When you find a stash box, it's going to connect to your stash box. I think I'm going to scrap that. And then, okay. So now it's telling us we've got visit the Wayward, craft a piece of armor, craft a weapon, place your camp, investigate the corpse of the isolated cabin, which was back there towards 76. I probably should have stopped up there. And talk to Lane. So I don't really like all these over here. I like to keep one or two that I actually want to use. So in order to get rid of those, you can go into data and miscellaneous. We can knock that one out. We don't want to do that right this second. And then daily, talk to Lane. So we're going to go ahead and craft a weapon and a piece of armor. Generally, because I don't have a lot of materials right here, I usually just go in here and craft like something simple that doesn't cost a lot of materials. Let's see. Light armor. So it looks like the arm is going to be one of the cheaper ones to craft. We're going to craft it at a level 1. So we've already got armor on there, so we really don't need that. So over here we're going to craft a weapon. I usually go to throwing weapons and just craft a throwing knife because it only does 4 steel. So we knock those two out. Now we're going to go into the leveling part of the game. Okay, level up. I generally run a heavy build, a heavy tank build. So I start with my intelligence. Intelligence and luck are going to be two really big ones. Intelligence actually helps you level up. So we're going to go ahead and you get the first aid one. Okay, so that's knocked out. So we'll go to the Wayward. Check our box and see if we got anything in here. We'll take the stim pack. And basically what this tells you is if you're on a team, not a public team, but on a private team, this is basically, you can either go in here by yourself. If you're not the leader of the team, it'll ask if you want to help team leader or if you want to go in by yourself.
Well, not exactly the introduction to the Wayward I would have hoped for. Oh, sorry about that, darling. First round's on me. Name's Duchess. There's something I could do for you.
So the overseer wasn't there, so we're going to ask her where the overseer was.
So you must be the one. No, I haven't seen her, but I have heard her. My people found a tape she left behind for one of her dwellers at that camp across the way, though it is a bit out of date now. Maybe you're the one she left it for. I'm happy to hand it over. Though, now that we've drifted naturally onto the topic of helping one another, maybe there's something you could do for me in return. Just agreeing to lend us a hand in a little diplomatic intervention. See, that boy we put down? He's not the first of his crew to roll in here. But I want him to be the last. Normally, I'd send my people out to clean house, but my muscles run off, so I don't have the bodies to spare right now. But I'm willing to pay good money if you put an end to this for me. So, what do you say? That's what I was hoping. So, the details. Now, each of these boys came in asking after Crane. I'm thinking we can make that work for us. How would you grab the attention of a bunch of single-minded thugs?
So I'm going to go with the intelligence. This is what I was talking about earlier. So yeah, I've got the one charisma, so I can use this, or I can use the 2 intelligence. We'll go ahead and drop the 2 intelligence.
Well, aren't you a smart cookie? And I think I know just how to do it. Just give me 1 second.
And after this, I'm not going to go through with this whole storyline. I just kind of wanted to do an introduction in here. And then I'll think we're going to go and I'll show you some other things that are going to help you when you're first getting started.
No, architecture ain't exactly my forte. Huh, not half bad. So what I've chicken scratched together here for you is the schematic for one custom-made Crane Treasure Hunting Inc. sign. If I didn't butcher the plans too bad, it's got a little system built in that'll make sending out an advertisement and getting this gang's attention a snap. You just need to build it, use the tape it spits out to tell the world you're open for business, and then convince any punks that show up to tell you where their boss is hiding. They did teach you all how to build from schematics up in that vault of yours, didn't they? That's the spirit.
Hey, if you need a refresher, good old Morty Mort can help you out.
What are you on about, Mordecai?
Hey, nah, I'm not bragging or anything, but I've got some tapes that cover that very subject.
Oh, Mort, not the tapes. Well, you find yourself wanting a refresher? Talk to Mort. Of course you're gonna need materials, but we should have enough lying around to cover you there. Get you together a little care package.
Throw some rations in there too, so you don't starve on me. And so you know, you might have to break some of this scrap down for parts. But I can spot you some workbench materials too, since you're doing me such a big one. Who knows? Maybe you'll learn something while you do it. Now, you ready to get this show on the road? Hot dog. Be good to have those dolts off our back at long last. Just make sure, once you find out where they're hiding, that their leader gets the message. The wayward gets left alone. And here, that overseer tape. Sounds like she set up that camp across the way so her people could get some practice in self-reliance. Probably worth looking into if you think you could use a refresher.
Okay, as you see, it gave us the option to speak to more about building at your own camp, or build a weapons workbench at your own camp, to scrap items. We can do that at the overseer's camp, but if you speak to Mort, it's really not gonna impact anything on this. So okay, so there's a bunch of stuff in here to scrap also. Not gonna do it right this second, but like metal, and if you come over here, there's some plastic, metal. I am gonna grab this broken lamp. Broken lamps give copper, which you won't need right this second, but they come in handy after you've started building and getting some stuff done. I think we'll take the hot plate, the fan, clipboards. Clipboards are very beneficial because they have springs. Springs are not a very common item in this game, and clipboards have them. And there's a couple of different places that I'll show probably in a later video of where you can get quite a few clipboards, and it's really not too hard to get there. So I'm gonna run over here real quick, and sometimes there's a lamp in here, just depending. Yeah, there's a lamp there. Another lamp. Hot plate. And right now, it's really not a bad idea to grab pillows if you can find one. I don't think you can find that one, or grab that one, but because you're going to be using a lot of material, like cloth material. So, and it's just a habit shutting doors. To me, anytime I go in someone's camp, I always shut their door behind me. I have a camp in the mire on one of my other accounts that spawns rad toads, and when people come in my camp, a lot of the time they don't close the doors, and I'll get a rad toad inside that will literally just destroy part of my camp. So I just got in the habit of closing everybody's door. I mean, it just helps. Okay, so let's break this stuff down. And then we're going to throw some stuff in our stash box. Don't need these right now. Don't need all this scrap right this second. Let's click over here to junk. And right now we're going to store all junk. That'll get our weight down a little bit. And when you have plans, they're going to be under your notes. So, we need to craft that backpack. Oops. I do that all the time. Okay, so let's go back to notes again. Notes. Okay. So, go to the armor workbench, and you're going to craft. And if we craft a small backpack, if you look at us right now, we've got 165 carry weight. So, if we craft this backpack, it'll give us a little more. Now put it on. $165. I thought it gave us more carry weight. Apparently it doesn't. It used to give more carry weight. Okay. Anyway. So, anyway, I'm gonna cut here and show you some more spots that's going to be beneficial to you when you get started, but I don't want you to have to travel with me through the whole, so we'll be back. Okay, we're in the town of Flatwoods. When you first walk into Flatwoods, I'll show you on the map where it is here in a sec. You're going to encounter some mole rats over here by the Green County Tavern. But when you come into here, and like I said, you may not want to do this right now, but a lot of the times this place will have lead in it, which is going to help you in the long run if you're building ammunition. Which anymore, ammunition's pretty easy to get, but this is just one of the lead spots. And you can go through the lockers. A lot of times over here there'll be some life preservers. They contain plastic, so if you're going to be using if you're going to be, here's a Nuka-Cola, but if you're going to have to bulk, then this plastic's going to be beneficial for sure. A lot of times there's another mole mine or mole rat right over here. Sometimes not, but anyway, right now you're going to be over encumbered for the most part because you just picked up all that lead. Also, cans of paint contain lead also, and you'll find another one right up here. So I'm over encumbered, so I'm going to stop real quick. But there's a place to scrap that right over here. So now we've discovered Flatwoods, and Flatwoods is going to be right here on your map. Basically just right south of Vault 76 and right south of the lumber mill. Here's where you get your initial responder training. But yeah, you can scrap your items right here. Just scrap your junk. And that should get you to where you can actually walk again. And then here's where you do your initial responder training. So I usually wave at people when I'm out in the wild. But if you come down here a little bit, you'll see there's a red rocket where you can you can scrap all your, or put your lead in your box. Now there's going to be ghouls out here. There's more lead right here. Batteries contain lead also. But yeah, there should be ghouls right over here. There should be one more. There's another. All the red rockets should have a place to scrap. So, more plastic. Sometimes you have to look away from something. It's just a glitch. It's always been there. That you may have to look away from something and then look back at it. Look at it again before it lets you pick it up. But Mr. Handy Fuel, basically I get it for the oil. Oil comes in pretty useful. You can also use it. I think it's fuel for a cut for some of your weapons. I don't know. Take the aluminum can. Take the adhesive. If you find a cup that has a straw, it has plastic in it. Baskets contain plastic. Toys, especially like cars and trucks, they contain screws, so that's pretty useful if you see them laying around. Baraxo, I think, contains antiseptic. I believe the enamel buckets contain plastic also. So we'll go in here and get rid of all our scrap again. That gets us down. We're still a little overweight. And we can sell all this later. Okay, back to scrap again real quick. Don't really want the party hat. Don't really want the pipe pistol. We're almost to level 5, so I'm going to go ahead and hold on to that short hunting rifle. So that gets us below 100 pounds. I like to try to keep my characters below 100 pounds if I can. Anyway, so yeah, at Flatwoods, you're going to come over here to this terminal in here. And there'll be, you can do different tasks in order to complete your initial training for the responders. So these terminals are right here. If you go in there, basically, I'm not going to do it right now, but literally it gives you how to register, and then it gives you tasks to do. It's just a few little tasks to do. It doesn't take very long. You can do it probably 10 minutes. But that's the way the game used to start. Back in the day, it didn't start where you were, where you actually had to go to see Duchess. You actually came here first, before there were NPCs in the game. Typewriter's got some good scrap in it. And you can scrap on any bench. See, on that one, typewriter's got 2 gears, a screw, and a spring, which is kind of beneficial. But anyway, that's where you do the responders. And you can look around in here. You can find stim packs, clipboard. Anytime there's a medical facility, you've got a really good chance of finding stim packs, which come in very useful. And this guy here, he's a vendor. I forgot that he was here. We could have sold some of that stuff that we had back there that we really don't need. So anyway, I'm going to drop off here, and we'll come back to the next spot to show you. Okay, this is another really good spot to start early to get to. There's a couple of reasons. This was actually my first camp spot when I first started playing the game. Because junk is a thing in this game. Because you use it for almost everything. That's the downfall of this spot, is you have the honeybees, and also this place has got quite a few insects in here. But that's not always a bad thing, so. But generally, you get you some turrets set up. I think this server's kind of laggy. Could just be my shooting, though. Can't ever tell. But yeah, you can get potatoes here. You can get pumpkins here. There's carrots really close. So just about every single vegetable and fruit you can get in this general area. Not necessarily in this particular field, but in this general area. But yeah, there's corn here. But the main reason I picked this camp, besides the junk pile and cranberries. You can pick these cranberries. And these are always in the exact same spot. And it takes, I don't know, a little while for them to repopulate. But if you gather these, then you can make cranberry cobbler. Cranberry cobbler gives you additional XP.
Attention citizens, nuclear strike imminent. Please exit the area at your earliest convenience. Thank you for your cooperation.
But in a later video, I'll build a camp right here and kind of show you what the benefits of having a junk pile are. But anyway, that's this area for you. So I'll cut off here and we'll see if we can find another spot. But yeah, hang on, there's pumpkins right here. So pretty much everything. If you've got a recipe that calls for carrots, I think it's this camp right here has carrots in a garden. Oh, I know something. Hang on, before I do get off here, I'll show you something else.
Attention citizens, Nuclear strike imminent.
Well, they busy
Exit
today.
the area at your earliest convenience. Thank
But if you come
for
up here
your
to the actual
cooperation.
homestead, but this is another good place if you're doing your dailies. Sometimes they'll give you kill canines on your dailies. Then this is a good spot to start out at. So we'll go get rid of these guys real quick if they're here. There was one. There's usually 4 or 5 up here. There's usually one in this barn. Looks like somebody's already got him, so somebody's been here, so. But anyway, there's stim packs to be found down here. And up here. There's at least, generally, unless somebody gets them, there's generally one stim pack in every one of these rooms, or every one of these houses. Yeah, there's another one right there. But a lot of people know about this place. And that's another thing about it. If you put your camp down there, then you have a good, there's a pretty good possibility that it won't be available. So you may have to jump servers until you can actually find it available, because it's actually a pretty popular spot. So yeah, there's another stim pack there. Should be another one in this house, and there should be another one in the barn. Don't know why there's beer in the baby's crib, but and XL is very useful. XL it actually increases I think 3 different stats. So let's look at it. I can tell you exactly. Aid. Yeah, XL +2 to all specials for 2 minutes. So if you need to increase your stats for a couple of minutes for conversation or whatever you need to do, so you're lacking 2 points in intelligence to do for a conversation, then you can take that Excel and it'll give you those additional points. So one more place that we just left. I don't know if it's in this guy. We got a right away. And there's another stim pack down here where we were just at. And it also contains the key to that building right there. So if you come over here and look on the side of this tub, you'll see there's a stim pack there. If you check this guy, he's usually got the key. Looks like somebody's already got the key. Anyway, he usually contains the key. So, he may have unlocked this building, I don't know. Nope. He didn't. But anyway, we'll do that at a different time. So, let's head back to 76. And traveling to 76 actually... it doesn't cost you anything. There's certain areas on here that it doesn't cost you anything to fast travel to, and it doesn't cost you anything to fast travel to a public event. So like right now there's Graham going on, and it doesn't cost anything to travel to his event. And then just turn that one off for now. But like, I don't know if there's any public events open. Nope. Or if you're on a team. So if you're on a public team, you can join. If you join public team, you can actually fast travel to any members of your public team's camps, and it won't cost you anything. If you're just on a regular team, you can travel to your teammates' camps, and it doesn't cost anything. So, anyway, with that being said, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, anyway, we're back. So, when you get to a crafting station or a cooking station, go to all food. There's our cranberry cobbler. So, it gives us plus 1 hit point for 25 seconds and then plus 5% bonus XP for 30 minutes. So it helps. So we're going to craft all those just so we can get that additional XP. And then eat that. It'll give you some rads. But anyway, and then we're going to come over here and get rid of some stuff that we don't need. Because you can always go in here, and I think she buys about anything except for, scrap, ammunition. You can't really sell ammunition, not at an NPC vendor. You can actually sell it out of your machines, but we'll get to that in a little while. So we don't want those. Don't really want the Blanco mac and cheese. Don't really want the Cajun rice and beans. Don't really want the gumdrops. Don't really want the mutt chops. Really don't want the Salisbury steak either. So anyway, that got us some caps to get us rolling, so we can do a little fast traveling or whatever we need to do. Go over here and unload some stuff. So put my scrap in there, and then we're good to go. Anyway, guys, so I built a little bob shelter here. Just a simple wood structure. Got a stash box, scrap box, ammo box, and these are the Fallout First things I was talking about that you can actually get if you're in Fallout First. These are the crafting benches that I can actually unlock at this point because, you know, we just started. Got a couple of simple generators. These are actually skins from the Atom Shop, but I just like them because they look better and they're not quite as noisy as the other small generators. But anyway, I was going to show you an area to end this video. It's really not a place you have to go or anything like that. It's just kind of a neat place. So I'll take you up there. On the way, I was going to show you also how to gather wood in this game. It's a little different than, say, Ark or any of the other survival games. You don't have to use, no need to use an axe and cut down a tree. No need to punch trees. You literally, you can have a weapon drawn or whatever you need to do, but you need to look for fallen logs. So when we find some, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Should be some on the way up here. I've already marked this spot. I kind of got lost going up here earlier, so I went ahead and marked it. But yeah, these are the fallen logs, like this right here. You gather wood off of these logs, and that's what you use to build camps, build your structures. There's other materials that you need. You'll need metal for some structures. You'll need glass for some structures. But for your first, you know, your little starter building, all you really need is some wood to get that rolling. So, and just gather a bunch of wood and build you a little wooden hut to get you started. Anyway, this is what I want to show you. It's a really cool little, it really means nothing, but it's cool. There's some pretty cool stuff you can get up here. Board games. A lot of these will give you radioactive material. There's some fruit up here you can plant. Teddy bears, funnel cakes, a couple of different hats. These black cowboy hats are actually pretty popular. Bowlers are actually relatively popular, but you can gather all this stuff that you want to. When you see a Nuka Shine bottle like that, that generally means that it's a Nuka Shine travel area. I won't really get into what that is until later on, but it's a pretty neat part of the game. But yeah, you can gather any of this stuff you want. I don't think you can get the balloons, but there's a fisherman's hat you can get. Pretty neat. There's some more cranberries if you want to make some more cranberry cobbler. But anyway, that was just kind of just like an Easter egg or a treat or whatever. But I did notice earlier that my audio on my game, the NPCs, you couldn't hear them very well. I did do some adjustments to my sound. I'm hoping it got better. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, you want to see some more tips and tricks, you want to follow through with this journey, pop me a subscription, pop me a like if you like the video, add some comments if you want me to do some content on something else. I'll be more than happy to do it. But anyway, Vault Dwellers, y'all have a good one. See ya.